Hi everybody, hope you're all safe and well. Sam has taken the cats to the vets. They're having their routine injections. Fifi's had a bit of an upset tummy for a little while now, so we're getting that checked out as well. So they're being taken care of. Now what I plan to do, just been to the Bricko, which is the builder's merchants. I've got myself a wire brush on a wheel basically that goes in the drill. So got my dust mask, got my goggles. Going back inside now, and the fireplace, as you're probably well aware, has got lots of black soot and muck on it. Now I want to try do a little test area to see whether I can get it off. Now, I did think about jetting it off, but that was going to make quite a mess, so I'm going to try this method. Going to rig it up to me hoover so it's not too dusty, and just have a go, see what they come up like. Let's get set up, see whether it works. Fabulous piece. Going to give it a quick hoover down. Now, I'm not so sure how clean those back stones are actually going to come up, because they really are sort of sooted up quite a bit, but I think the side stones shouldn't be too bad. Someone's painted them with some white paint. That can probably be cleaned up fairly easily, he says, and the other side as well. So it's probably just the back section that, well, might have limited success, but we'll give it a go. You know, I'm not going to slog away at days on end at this. I'll come up with another solution. I've got myself an acro support just to go underneath the front timber, because there's a lot of weight above there, and I don't really know what damage has been done over the years with the ingress of water at the top, so you know, just to be on the safe side. Perfect. Now what I'm going to try and do next is, once I get set up with the drill, I need the hoover to be running so it sort of captures most of the dust. I don't want to fill the place up with dust, although it's dirty in here. Yeah, I don't want to breathe it in either, so I'm going to rig something up. Not quite sure what yet, but I'll certainly give it a go. So here's my do-it-yourself dust extraction system. I haven't got a clue whether it's going to work. I'll certainly give it a go. It has cleaned them up. I suppose the real test is when I try and do those. I mean, it's not the most efficient way to do it, I don't suppose, shot blasting, but there you go. I don't think I'm going to rush off Monday morning to the patent office or anything like that, but it must be sucking some dust up. I did try and do it so it had a wider sort of funnel to catch it, but hey, sometimes you just got to get on with it. Well, there's no doubt it is cleaning them up. Whether or not it's the most effective way of doing it, let's try doing it with a hand one. I'll have this running as well because it will soak up some of the dust. Now at this point I have to weigh up labour, results, plan A, plan B. I think they're still going to be stained unless they're shot blasted, this back section. The side bits will be fine, can clean that up. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to progress any further on this section. Let's do the sides. I always knew it wasn't going to come up like new, but that wasn't the look that I was after. I just need them clean so you can see the stone behind. I'm going to rake out some of this mortar now, the joints around the stone. As mentioned previously, these stones are going to be left exposed, the big ones. That wall is going to be rendered, and I'm going to sort of sculpt around these stones, so it looks really nice when it's done properly. We're going to clean this up. Majority of it is going to be done by hand, admittedly, and yeah, we'll get it all raked out, ready for that mortar. Well, that side's certainly looking a lot better, slowly revealing the beauty of them stones. Yeah, they're fabulous. Now that has got the makings of a very nice fireplace. Look at them beautiful stones there. They'll clean up lovely once they're all pointed up. Coating of something on there to really make the colour pop. Well, this is certainly going to be a lot of hard work, you know. I know it would be, but it's going to be well worth it at the end of it. Yeah, I'll just see it now. I'm going to put a register plate in the top here, which is a fire break basically, and I have the fire sort of here. It's got a top exit for the flue pipe. There's quite a big area under here, so I think my idea with the wooden posts each side, down on some real nice big stones, and then some little, almost like an ingle nook each side, keeping it rustic. I think that'll really look nice. Now this will probably sand up. I might just do a little test area on this wooden mantle just to see, you know, how it actually comes up. I think that's chestnut. Yeah, it's got quite a bit of soot on it. Let's just run a sander over that. Nice to have a break from the stone for a minute because that's quite heavy going on my hands, but yeah, let's get set up and see what this lovely mantle looks like. So while the dust settles down in there, I'd just like to share some important news for the channel. EcoFlow, as you're probably well aware, provide me with the solar and the charging systems to run on my power tools. I recently had a chat with them and said I've got some concerns. I'm using bigger tools now and the power that's delivered from the smaller units isn't sufficient. And they stepped up to the plate and they said, yep, certainly we can help you with a bigger unit. We'll send it out to you. You know, we want to support you all the way. So a big thank you to EcoFlow. I mean, they've been behind me all the way. They've given me everything I need at the different stages. So this next unit is going to take us to the next stage, if you like. So thank you, EcoFlow, and I'll be looking forward to doing a review on your product very shortly. Okay, now the dust is settled, let's go back inside and see how that beautiful chestnut, it is chestnut, mantle's coming up. Got all the soot off of it. I mean, you know, it's going to be a nice piece of wood. It's probably 300 years old. Let's go and have a closer look. So let's see the transformation. We've gone from that to that. I think you can all see the beautiful coloration underneath that dark soot. I've still got my mask on, it's a bit dusty. But yeah, that's a great start. Yeah, you can see all the hand cut saw marks. It was all done by hand. That's come up really nice and smooth. I'm pleased with that. I'm not after a perfect finish, you know, that's not possible. But that will certainly do. Now, once I get not a stain, but a coating of clear wax or something over the top of that is going to zing, you know, boom, pop. It's that side to do. So, yeah, very pleased with progress today. Absolutely lovely. Now the ceiling, I'm not going to be sanding that down. It's not pretty enough to leave on show. I also need to insulate. So that'll probably be all covered over. We'll still make it look quite authentic. I've used it in my first house that I bought over here. We plasterboarded it and then we put some oak over it, and it really did look really, really good. So probably going to go with that idea here. That way I can pack it full of insulation, vapor barrier as well. So yeah, we've got to bring these old buildings, you know, up to modern standards. It does pose challenges, but it can be done. Just need to think things through with it. Yeah, you can just picture this with a fire going. That's what you need, something like to spur you on, keep you going, think ahead. You know, picture yourself sitting there with a cup of tea next to the fire. Beautiful. So let's have a little recap of where we are with the project. Upstairs, the front half of the house, the roof structure, all reinforced, one window in. Still got to do some tiling around that. The next window's got to go in as soon as the weather allows. Then I've got to repeat the same on the rear of the property. There's plaster upstairs, lime plaster that's got to come off the chimney breast. And let's think about downstairs. Obviously the fireplace that I'm working on now, that's all got to be, you know, renovated and sanded back. It's getting late in the night, in the day. And what else we got? We got two walls, one back wall that's got to have the plaster taken off. So yeah, there's plenty to be getting on with. I'm just trying to think what the next stage would be upstairs. If I can't get the windows in, we could do some insulation up there. But I don't actually want to start doing the insulation up the top yet. I want to find any leaks that's up there, because there is a few damp patches around the chimney breast. So I've got to get up there and do some sealing around that. And also downstairs, once all the plaster's off the rear wall and we've cleared it all out, then I'm going to start thinking about the floor levels. Now, initially I wanted it all the same level, but looking at how the foundations are and the structure, how it was built, it was actually built with, you know, a big slope inside, you know, high at the back, low at the front. Now obviously we can't have a sloping floor like that, it's got to be flat, so it'll have to be done in stages, so there'll be a step. Now I've got to work out whereabouts that step comes in with the overall floor plan design. There's going to be the kitchenette to the right, sort of 1/4, and then this quarter, so half, be stairwell, kitchen, and the other half will be the living room. So I've got to plan that out. There's quite a lot of digging there, so we're going to need some extra hands on that one. We've also got to connect the water supply up to the mains that end. Now lots of people have said, why haven't you run it all to all the other cottages behind? Well, I don't want any joins underground, that's not good practice. So from there, couldn't come inside the barn from my house, it just wasn't physically possible with the layout. So that had to go underground and come in the rear of the cottage here. Now from this point, it can be run to the barn and it could be run to the end cottage internally. I can go through the walls, I can put stop valves on. It doesn't need to be buried as such because it's not sort of outside, so that was, you know, the logic there. Right, so we dare talk about roofs. Well, I've been trying to find some old tiles and it's quite a challenge really to get a similar size and look, and they're very, very expensive. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to strip the slates off of the barn. and then I'm going to put some membrane on there, counterbatten it all down so it's actually watertight, and then make the decision on availability, cost and things like that. So we'll get it watertight, definitely. Going to be doing that very shortly myself. So that'll be done. That'll be watertight for the winter, regardless whether the tiles go on. A couple of months without any tiles on, I think it should be okay. I could do sections at a time, and maybe if I do it in slate, I can just go to the builders merchants and just get as many or as little as I can afford at the time. So that might be another option. It has got slate on it now, so I don't think it'll look out of place, but we'll see. And of course, just in case my wife Sam is watching, yes, I will be doing your window very, very shortly, weather permitting. Mustn't neglect my duties down that end of the cottage. Still got lots of stuff to do there, so yeah, that is on top priority. As soon as the weather's better, we'll have a go at that. Now when it comes to the actual flooring in this cottage, I think I'm going to use several different types of flooring. I've got some beautiful naturally worn granite stones in the base of the barn next door. That floor has got to come up because it's not suitable. So what I may do is create a really nice stairwell sort of entrance bit with those stones, and then the rest of it I'm not quite sure. Might be terracotta. I'll have to see what's available at the time. So yeah, I think that'll look rather authentic. Once I've dug it all out, it's got to have a membrane down the bottom, because there is how these cottages were designed, earth floor, any moisture just evaporates out. If you put something on the top of that, you're still going to get moisture underneath unless you put a vapour barrier there to stop it. So we need a vapour barrier in the floor. Try and get some insulation in there if possible. I've got a lot of floor height issues to deal with, door openings. That's another thing we've got to try and address, is to put a front door on here, permanent one, and lift this lintel up. But yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. And as usual, a big thank you to all the Patreons who buy me coffees, all the supporters and super chat. You are making this project possible. Okay, I think you've seen enough of me today and heard enough of me, so I'm going to wrap this video up and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.